Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libitor. Also ahead, an update on the condition of a motorcyclist after police say he was hit by a drunk driver. But first, meteorologist Eric Gage in for Hannah this morning. And Eric, some pretty nasty stuff on the way, right?
Yes, that's looking ahead towards Tuesday. And for today, I want to bring it back a little bit. We do have a heat advisory in effect. It's going to be pretty warm out with feels like temperatures reaching the mid-90s. So it's going to be a pretty warm day when you factor in the heat as well as the humidity. In fact, let's take a look at what to expect today. In fact, the heat advisory is in effect for Oneida County and Madison County. So not everywhere is affected by this, but still some areas, especially in lower elevations, could see temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s and heat index values, or what the temperature feels like, in the low 90s. Current conditions right now in the Griffith Park in Rome at 72 degrees with dew points on the warmer side. So it definitely feels very humid out right now this morning. And a live look at a Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar looking dry across the area this morning, but that, like I said before, that's about to change as we look ahead towards tomorrow. And the weather headlines: hot and humid today. Storm or two possible late, primarily out towards the northwestern part of our area, and numerous showers and storms are expected tomorrow. Today, though, high of 89 degrees, hot and humid conditions, and I'll break down what to expect for rainfall tomorrow coming up. Back over to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than 10 minutes away. A white
Welcome back. Let's take a look at what to expect over the next 4 days weather-wise, starting out with rainfall. Now today there's an isolated shower or storm possible primarily in the northwestern part of our area as the system is moving in from the west. The best chance to see some scattered showers, even more widespread showers and storms, look to be on Tuesday as a cold front pushes through our area. And after that, lingering showers possible from a trailing cold front Wednesday and Thursday. But after that, dry weather on the horizon as a high pressure system builds in from the west. Our wind outlook: breezy over the next couple of days due to that cold front, as I said before. However, on Tuesday, as the actual cold front pushes through, we could be on the windy side with some gusty winds, especially during that cold front. The timing looks to be in the evening hours between 4 and 8 p.m. Take a look at our dew point trend. The humid conditions remain for Monday and Tuesday. And after Wednesday, that cold front pushes through. We can see dew points in the 30s and 40s. Very refreshing for this time of year. Looking ahead towards very comfortable temperatures, looking ahead towards this weekend. And the next couple of days, we're looking ahead towards comfortable temperatures by the time we head into the next several days, including high temperatures for today as well, warming up into the mid-80s by the afternoon, especially in the Mohawk Valley, in the upper 80s throughout the day. Looking ahead towards heat index values reaching the 90s by the evening. Gary?
Eric, thanks. They're happening today.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. A very warm start to the work week this week with heat advisories in effect for some parts of our area. We're warming up pretty quickly into the lower 80s to mid 80s in some parts of the area, and in lower elevations, the upper 80s to low 90s. This is a live look at our Cavitt Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. We're seeing mostly clear skies in the Mohawk Valley right now, but patchy fog is still possible, especially in higher elevations this morning. Now, a live look at a Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar looking dry across the area this morning. We look to remain dry throughout most of the area today. We're seeing some isolated showers possible primarily out towards the northwestern part of our area later on this evening. Around the clock today, temperatures are going to be the main focus, with warming up into the upper 80s to low 90s, especially in the Mohawk Valley. But we factor in the humidity, it's going to be on the warmer side as well. That's why there's a heat advisory in effect for lower elevations. You can see the temperatures will feel like the mid-90s later on this evening, so definitely make sure you find a way to stay cool throughout the day. Other than that, plenty of sunshine to spare throughout the day with some cloud cover in the morning, making way for plenty of sunshine, but still an isolated shower or storm cannot be ruled out, especially west of our area later on this evening due to that high heat and humidity. Radar and satellite composite, what is influencing our weather today? Well, to start, there's a warm front arriving from the south as this high pressure that brought us fair weather over the weekend is diminishing out towards the east. Now, what we're tracking right now is several areas of unsettled weather, primarily this multiple cold fronts. This cold front is actually more on the weaker side. We consider it a trough, this dashed orange line in the atmosphere right now. Now, this can cause some pretty significant weather over the next several days, especially on Tuesday. We're monitoring this over the past several days, and it looks to be consistent with some gusty winds as well as locally heavy downpours throughout the area. On our Skycast today, warming up into the upper 80s to possibly low 90s with plenty of sunshine and plenty of humidity. You can see over towards the northwestern part of our area, an isolated shower or storm possible. Lingering showers and sprinkles possible overnight, and additional showers possible in the morning hours tomorrow. But keep in mind, this is what we're looking at right now. This is 3 p.m. This is a pretty strong area of rainfall moving out towards the area. And keep in mind, the temperatures are going to be very warm tomorrow as well with plenty of humidity. Now, this is going to be moving through between 4 and 8 p.m. tomorrow, but still this could produce locally heavy downpours as well as some gusty winds. The biggest factor looks to be additional rainfall as well as wind gusts. Now, heading into Wednesday, things look mostly dry with lingering showers. Now, the info on Tuesday, winds are the biggest concern. General rainfall totals between a ½ inch and to 1.5 inches, and the timing for heaviest rainfall looks to be between 5 and 8 p.m. For today, however, highs in the 80s and 90s possibly. Hot and humid tonight, only cooling down into the 60s and 70s with partly cloudy skies and a possible shower. Tomorrow, a high of 84, still very warm, and numerous showers and storms are possible in the evening. It's not going to be a total washout throughout the day, but still dry weather is expected in the morning possibly, and then some widespread showers and storms in the evening. Our 7-day forecast. Unsettled weather continues throughout the first start of this week, and heading into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, a high pressure builds in and dew points on the lower side. So looking ahead towards next weekend, it could possibly be an early taste of fall.
Wow, that's quick. September's here, and here it comes, right?
A big difference, yeah, between Monday and Friday with very warm heat advisory and then highs in the 60s. So
Yeah. Keep cool today.
yes.
Eric, thanks. Cat lovers, listen up. Joining us for this half hour, I'm Gary Libitor. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, though, we want to get a check of your forecast in for Hannah this morning. And once again, get ready to try to stay cool today.
Yes, that's right. There's a heat advisory in effect for only some parts of the area, but still not all. Mostly all of us will end up seeing the warmer temperatures with very high humidity as well, dew points in the 70s. So it's going to be on the warmer side today. In fact, take a look at the map right now. There is a heat advisory for Oneida County as well as Madison County. There is no heat advisory for Herkimer as well as Otsego, but still you could see temperatures in the upper 80s to possibly low 90s, especially in lower elevations this afternoon. Current temperature right now is already 71 degrees at the Griffith Park in Rome. Winds from the east, but we're turning in from the south, and dew points are still on the warm side, so definitely expect some very muggy weather today. Now, live look at our radar right now. We're looking dry across the area this morning, and our weather headlines will be hot and humid today. A storm or two is possible later on, especially west of our area and towards the northwestern part of Oneida County, and numerous showers and storms are expected tomorrow as a cold front moves through our area. Before today, highs reaching the upper 80s to possibly low 90s. Heat advisories in effect after full week forecast ahead, including what to expect for rainfall tomorrow coming up. Back over to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. New this morning, Utica Police.
Welcome back to News Channel 2 at sunrise. It's going to be warm today on the warmer side for a summer day across the area. Starting out with today's high temperatures in the North Country, we're warming up into the lower to upper 80s across some parts of the area. 84 Ohio, 81 in Inlet, 81 in Eagle Bay. In the Mohawk Valley, warmer as well, 88 in Utica as well as Whitesboro and New Hartford, 86 Herkimer, 86 degrees in Dolgeville. And in the southern valleys on the warmer side, 84 New Berlin, 84 Hartwick, 83 Cooperstown, as well as 83 degrees checking in for Springfield later on this evening. Our MoCast today's with the best day to do some yard work over the next several days. Numerous showers and storms possible tomorrow. Now, you could probably fit in a mowing early on tomorrow morning in the early afternoon, but as a cold front pushes through, widespread showers and storms make tomorrow evening no-go for yard work. And on Wednesday, it's been on the iffy side. Another trailing cold front can arrive, bringing some additional showers over some parts of the area heading into Thursday and Friday. Dry conditions are going to be expected. Back to you, Gary.
All right, Eric, thanks. Deaths from widespread.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning. Filling in for Hannah this morning. We are tracking very warm temperatures around the area this afternoon. Highs reaching the upper 80s, especially in the Mohawk Valley, with feels like temperatures reaching the low 90s. Here's a live look at our Cabby Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. We're seeing mostly clear skies across some parts of our area and patchy fog in others, primarily in higher elevations, but still a generally calm day today with an isolated shower or storm possible in some parts of the northwestern part of Oneida County. Live look at for battery storm tracker 2. Doppler radar. We are tracking dry conditions this morning as well as the afternoon. And as I said before, an isolated shower or storm cannot be ruled out later on this evening, but most of us will see mostly dry conditions. Around the clock today, going to be on the warm side. That's a big story with temperatures warming up into the 80s and eventually possibly the low 90s between 3 and 4 p.m. today. Now, as we factor in the humidity, it's going to be on the warmer side as well with feels like temperatures reaching the mid 90s to low 90s in some parts of the area. So definitely make sure you find a way to stay hydrated and stay cool if you're spending any sort of time outside today. Conditions are outside as well. Sunshine is expected throughout the day with plenty of cloud cover later on tonight and early tomorrow morning with a chance for a shower or two. The best chance for showers looks to be on Tuesday. Radar and satellite composite, what is influencing our weather so far this morning? Well, to start, there's a warm front arriving from the south that is bringing very warm temperatures this morning. Lows only reach the upper 60s to low 70s. Now, as this warm front moves up towards the north, it will increase our chance for pop-up showers and storms primarily later on tonight and into early tomorrow morning. Now, what we're keeping an eye on right now is this cold front arriving from the west. This can be producing some stronger storms as well as some stronger wind gusts. Now, the bigger picture has to be on what to expect for wind, especially with cloud cover, as clouds will play a key role on what to expect for storms tomorrow. Planning it all out on our Skycast overnight, looking ahead towards today, warming up into the 90s and 80s in some parts of the area with an isolated shower or storm, as you can see right there, pushing just north of northern United County. Additional stray showers or two can be expected in the overnight hours by tomorrow. Now, on our Skycast, what we're expecting for showers tomorrow, some could be on the stronger side. The timing is between 5 and 8 p.m. for the strongest showers and storms possible. Now, these look to be on the brief side, not expecting any widespread showers by the morning, but still it's not going to be a complete washout throughout the day, but still some of these showers and storms could be on the heavier side. Now, the information for tomorrow, wind gusts are the primary concern. Cloud cover is the biggest factor in that. General rainfall totals between ½ an inch and to 1.5 inches, and the timing, once again, of heaviest rainfall looks to be between 5 and 8 p.m. Recapping weather today, however, highs in the 80s and possibly 90s, hot and humid conditions. Tonight, cooling down into the 60s with partly cloudy skies and a possible shower as well. Tomorrow, heat humidity continue before looking ahead towards scattered to widespread showers. Numerous showers and storms expected tomorrow evening. Our 7-day forecast, unsettled weather continues for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and eventually Thursday with decreasing chances for rainfall by the 1st of September. And after that, an early taste of fall is coming into our area with very low dew points and plenty of sunshine to start out the Labor Day weekend. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely a hot day at the State Fair today, that's for sure.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah, keep cool. Eric, thanks. If you're just waking up, we are going to get a check of your Storm Tracker 2 forecast a bit later. And next, we'll take you live to Cape Canaveral, Florida, ahead of today's Artemis 1 launch.
Welcome back. A recap of today's weather. It's going to be on the hot side today, warming up into the upper 80s with plenty of sunshine, but plenty of humidity to spare. And additional rain showers are possible later on tonight into early tomorrow morning. Looking ahead towards some possible thunderstorms, rumbles of thunder possible, only cooling down into the low 70s and possibly upper 60s in our 7-day forecast. As you can see, dry weather looks to be the focus heading into later on this weekend between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Eric, thanks. Excitement is in the... Thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libitor. Also ahead, an update on the condition of a motorcyclist after police say he was hit by a drunk driver. But first, meteorologist Eric Gage is in for Hannah this morning, and he is in with some very hot news, right?
Yes, that's right. We have a heat advisory in effect today. It's going to be on the warm side with feels like temperatures would be a factor in the heat and the humidity. It will feel like the mid-90s, wow, especially in lower elevations, especially here in Utica. If you're in some parts of the area, especially in higher elevations, you could still see the warmer temperatures. There's no heat advisory in higher elevations. In fact, let's take a look at our heat advisory map right now. There's a heat advisory in effect for Oneida County and Madison County. However, Herkimer and Otsego are not included, but you still could see some very warm temperatures this afternoon. Current temperature in the Utica-Rome region is already 72 degrees with plenty of clear conditions across the area with some mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies and at dew points in the upper 60s. Live look at New York for battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar. We're looking ahead towards dry conditions this morning and ahead this afternoon, but looking ahead towards possibly some scattered showers tomorrow. Now, a storm or two is possible later on this evening, and numerous showers and storms are possible tomorrow ahead of a cold front arriving later on tomorrow evening. Now, looking ahead towards what to expect for rainfall tomorrow, as well as high temperatures expected today coming up. Back over to you, Gary.
Thanks. Don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than 10 minutes away. A Whitesboro man is...
Good morning and welcome back. Starting out with your 4-day forecast for rainfall to start out with, there's a chance for an isolated shower or storm later on tonight into early tomorrow morning, but the bigger picture is scattered to more widespread showers possible heading into Tuesday. Some could be on the stronger side, mainly due to wind gusts. That will be the primary concern for severe weather. Now, Wednesday and Thursday, as a trailing cold front pushes through, we could see additional isolated showers and storms, as well as Wednesday, decreasing chances on Thursday, and the weather looks to remain dry as we look ahead towards Friday and Saturday. Now, because of that cold front pushing through, it's going to be on the windy side on Tuesday, primarily when that front pushes through, but breezy conditions Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But after that cold front goes through our area, you can see that dew point cooling down from the 70s, very tropical conditions, back down into the 30s and 40s, an early taste of fall as we look ahead towards the early start of Labor Day weekend. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Happening today at the Great New
York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. We start out this morning already in the 70s, and we look to warm up into the 80s and possibly the 90-degree mark in lower elevations out in the western part of Oneida County. Here's a live look at a Mirabito camera, an absolutely gorgeous sunrise in areas out towards southern valleys as well. Hazy conditions you can see on the camera right now, and in fact that will be the case throughout the day. Hazy, hot and humid conditions with plenty of sunshine but still plenty of humidity to spare. Now a live look at a Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar looking to remain dry throughout this morning and afternoon. There is a risk for a stray shower or storm later on this evening into tonight, primarily out towards the western and northwestern part of Oneida County as a front moves in from the west later on today. As we head on the clock this morning and afternoon, we do warm up pretty quickly into the upper 80s and low 90s in the Mohawk Valley. Other areas will still see temperatures on the warmer side, but the bigger picture is when you factor in the humidity. Take a look at this. Warm temperatures warming up into the upper 80s to even mid 90s by the afternoon and evening. Highs reaching the 90, 96 degree mark. That is when you feel the temperatures, the feel-like temperatures when you factor in the heat as well as the humidity. Other than that, sunshine across the board with hazy conditions will be the story throughout the day, and the heat does continue into tomorrow. And this is all due to a cold front arriving from the, or warm front arriving from the south. As this pushes up towards the north, it will increase our humidity and increase our chances for some pop-up showers and storms arriving tomorrow. Now, the biggest concern is this trough ahead of this cold front over here. This can produce some pretty strong rain showers heading into tomorrow and lingering showers by Wednesday and Thursday from a trailing cold front. But the bigger picture we're looking at right now is this orange dashed line that is a surface trough. On our Skycast today, warming up into the 80s and possibly 90s, a very warm day. Make sure you find ways to stay hydrated and to stay cool, especially with plenty of sunshine later on this evening. Now, heading into early tomorrow morning, there's a chance for a pop-up shower and scattered showers by the morning, but the bigger story is these scattered to widespread showers and some rumbles of thunder as well as this cold front pushes through later on Tuesday, the timing between 5 and 8 p.m. Trailing cold showers look to be the case, and another trailing cold front arrives, bringing additional chances for some scattered to isolated showers heading into Wednesday. Now, the info on Tuesday, wind gusts are the biggest concern. The biggest concern right now looks to be what we expect for cloud cover, and the general rainfall total is in between 1/2 inch and 1.5 inches across our area, and the timing once again is between 5 and 8 p.m. for the heaviest rainfall tomorrow. A recap today, however, highs in the 80s, hot and humid conditions throughout the day. Tonight, cooling down only in the upper 60s and low 70s. Partly cloudy and a possible shower is expected. Tomorrow, hazy, hot and humid conditions do continue. High of 84 with numerous showers and storms later on in the evening. Our 7-day forecast, the unsettled weather looks to be the case throughout the start of this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, seeing some lingering showers, and eventually Friday and Saturday, a high pressure builds in from the west, and so does a fresh supply of Canadian air, and you'll see dew points down into the 30s. It'll feel very refreshing, an early taste of fall, a perfect start to Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, unlike today.
Yes, complete opposite compared to today.
Keep cool. Eric, thanks. Happening right now in the city of Mississippi, people are being told to get out before a river overflows, flooding neighborhoods. That dire warning comes just days after floodwaters overwhelmed parts of the state, and with multiple storms brewing, there could be even more heavy rains to come. NBC's Priscilla Thompson has the latest details for us this morning.
Dump trucks full of sand going block to block in Jackson, Mississippi.
Very important now that I at least try to be prepared.
Bracing for more floodwaters, the mayor issuing an urgent warning to residents.
Get out now. Get out as soon as possible.
The Pearl River is expected to crest at 35.5 feet overnight near downtown Jackson, as many as 150 homes in the path of destruction. Homes like Barbara Green's. It flooded with 2 feet of water when the river last crested in 2020.
I lost pretty much everything I had before. Just don't want to keep going through the same cycle.
This flooding adding to water still on the ground in Mississippi after days of excessive rainfall. As the governor declared a state of emergency, warning time is running out.
The actions that you take now can help you protect your own life and help you protect the lives of your family members.
The threat of fast-moving floods being felt across the country. Raging waters tearing through Big Bug Creek in Arizona Saturday. And overnight, water rushing in at the Minnesota State Fair. Tonight, millions of Americans across the upper Midwest are at risk for severe weather. And more may soon be on the way. The National Hurricane Center is tracking 4 different storms developing over the Atlantic this week. Back in Mississippi, some residents are just looking to get through the night.
I'm praying for the best, hoping for the best.
Priscilla Thompson, NBC News.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Our social media handles are right there on your screen. And if today is your birthday, make it. I'm Gary Liberatore. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, we want to get a check of your forecast. Meteorologist Eric Gage is in for Hannah this morning, and he's watching some potentially nasty weather getting ready to move into the area, but not till tomorrow, right?
Yes, that's right. And for today, in fact, if you can see it behind me on the Murabito camera, very hazy out, and there's a beautiful sunrise across some parts of the area, especially in Oneonta. In fact, we're taking a live look right now at a Murabito camera. You can see the haze is going to be the story for today. Plenty of humidity as well as plenty of heat. And in fact, there is a heat advisory in effect for Oneida County as well as Madison County, some parts of the area today with heat index values rising up into the mid to upper 90s. Skywatchers this morning checking in with 73 in Clinton, 72 degrees in New Hartford and the Southern Valleys. Temperatures in the 60s, 69 already in Morris, 65 in Milford, and 69 degrees in Cooperstown. Hot and humid today, the story, and looking ahead towards much more warmer weather ahead for the next couple of days coming up. Back over to you.
Eric, thanks. Excitement is in the air right now. NASA is getting ready to launch the Artemis.
Welcome back to News Channel 2 at sunrise. The heat is the story for today. This is the heat index when we factor in the heat as well as the humidity. Now take a look at what to expect for today, especially in the Mohawk Valley. It could see heat index values reaching the mid-90s in Oneida as well as Utica. Still in the 90s up in Boonville, in the 80s up in Inlet and Speculator. And even in the Southern Valleys, heat index values in the 80s, 86 Cooperstown and 86 degrees in Oneonta. A very warm day ahead of us today. Looking to get some yard work done over the next several days. Today looks to be the best bet, even though it is on the hot side. Make sure you find a way to stay hydrated. A cold front pushes through on Tuesday, bringing some widespread showers and storms. So I would say no for outdoor work tomorrow. Even on Wednesday, a lingering shower or storm can be possible from a trailing cold front, but still the best weather looks to be on today. Our chance of rain outlook for the next several days, you can see for today on the low side, but as you hit Tuesday, widespread to likely showers look to be the case as a cold front pushes through our area, bringing some much needed rainfall to some parts of our area. Back to you, Gary.
All right, Eric, thanks. Deaths from widespread floods.
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. A beautiful start this morning, a bit on the muggy side, but we're warming up pretty quickly. In fact, there are heat advisories in effect for some parts of the area. But first, let's take a look at this absolutely gorgeous sunrise overlooking the city of Oneonta right now. Just the haze in the atmosphere, the clouds, an absolutely beautiful start to this morning, especially if you are in the Southern Valley. Still some beautiful sunrise possible in some other parts of the area, but just a picturesque picture right there. Live look at a Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2. Doppler radar. We are dry across the area this morning, and we will remain dry throughout the day. Looking ahead towards this evening and tonight, there is a possibility of a stray shower or storm arriving from the west later on tonight as it moves through some parts of western Oneida County. Around the clock today, the story is the heat, and it's going to be a pretty warm one today, warming up into the upper 80s by 3 and 4 p.m., especially in the Mohawk Valley. However, if we factor in the humidity, it's going to be on the warm side with dew points in the 70s. It'll be feeling like the mid-90s in some parts of the area, so find a way to stay cool and stay hydrated if you're spending any time outside today. Other than that, plenty of sunshine to spare throughout the day. Some cloud cover in the morning makes way for plenty of sunshine, but still, we cannot rule an isolated shower or storm later on this evening. The weather makers so far today, this is all due to a warm front. This is why overnight temperatures only fell into the 60s and 70s. As it pushes up towards the north, there is a weak front moving in from the west. There's two fronts. One of these is on the stronger side as it pushes through. It could bring some heavy downpours as well as some gusty winds tomorrow, especially for evening commute. Might be on the tricky side. I'll plan it all out for you on our Skycast. Today, not busy in terms of weather other than a heat advisory. Make sure you find a way to stay cool and hydrated. Highs reaching the upper 80s to possibly low 90s in the Mohawk Valley. Isolated shower or storm later on this evening and into early tomorrow morning. Some scattered showers possible, mostly going to be on the cloudy side. But take a look at this between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Isolated storms as well as some scattered showers as well as widespread showers look to be the case with locally heavy downpours as well as some gusty winds. This will be happening later on tomorrow evening, so if you're having an evening commute, make sure you plan extra time for your evening commute. Now after that, additional lingering showers are possible by Wednesday as a cold front finally pushes through, breaking that humidity. The info on Tuesday, wind gusts are the biggest concern. General rainfall totals between a ½ inch and to 1.5 inches across our area, so definitely some much needed rain. A lot of our area desperately needs that rainfall. Some areas did see above average rainfall later on this month. The timing for heaviest rainfall looks to be between 5 and 8 p.m. Recap of today's weather, high of 89, hot and humid conditions. Tonight, cooling down only into the 60s with partly cloudy skies and a possible shower. Tomorrow, high of 84, numerous showers and storms, primarily in the evening. Some parts of the area look to remain mostly dry by the morning hours. In our 7-day forecast, after Wednesday and Thursday, a trailing cold front pushes through, and it will finally break the humidity by Labor Day weekend. It looks to be plenty of sunshine as well as low humidity. A perfect start to next weekend.
Wow, looks like another good weekend, boy. We've
Yes.
been on quite a run.
I think we had like 2 or 3 so far. Maybe an isolated storm or two, but still plenty of sunshine.
Yeah, plenty of nice weekends. Eric, thanks. If you're just waking up, we're going to get
From where the news
Thank you for joining us at 7 o'clock on the CW. I'm Gary Liberatore. It is a busy Monday morning here at News Channel 2. A lot to get to, but first we want to get to Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage in for Hannah this morning. And check this out. What a beautiful shot this morning.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I was just looking through the cameras and I noticed that. I'm like, wow, it's a beautiful sunrise. It was a bit hazy to start out this morning, but the sun is pushing through the clouds. Plenty of cloud cover to make that beautiful sunrise in Oneonta. There's a live look at our Unraveled camera, as you can see before. Beautiful sunrise this morning. The hazy conditions look to be the case throughout the day today. In fact, there is a heat advisory because of that humidity in some parts of area in Oneida as well as Madison County with heat index values when you factor in the heat as well as humidity warming up into the mid-90s. Skywatchers this morning, 73 in Clinton, 72 in Cooperstown and Southern Valleys on the temperatures in the 60s, 65 in Milford, 69 in Morris and Cooperstown. The weather headlines, hot and humid today, storm or two possible late into early tomorrow morning, and numerous showers and storms are expected tomorrow evening. Details on that coming up. But first, today, highs reaching the upper 80s to low 90s, and your full forecast coming up. Back over to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. New this morning, Utica Police.
from Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. A very warm start to the work week this week with temperatures already in the 70s. They will climb up into the 80s and possibly reach the 90-degree mark, especially in lower elevations. It's a live look at our Marabout camera overlooking the city of Oneonta. A beautiful sunrise earlier, still plenty of sunshine throughout the area this afternoon and evening. We are tracking a chance for an isolated shower or storm later on tonight as well. Now, live look at your battery storm tracker 2. Doppler radar, we are dry across the area this morning and look to remain dry with a few clouds moving through our area as well as plenty of sunshine in some parts of the area this afternoon and evening. Around the clock today, the big story is temperature warming up into the upper 80s and possibly the low 90s. And we factor in the humidity. Take a look at these temperatures warming up into the mid 90s. It will feel very warm and very humid today. Other than that, sunshine across the board with some lingering clouds in the morning, but clouds start to move in once again later on tonight as another system moves through our area, arriving tomorrow afternoon. Radar and satellite, the bigger picture, what is influencing our weather for today? Starting out with a warm front from the south, it will be pushing its way north over the next several days. Now, as this warm front pushes its way north, there is a strong cold front arriving from the west. Now, there's a trough ahead of that. That is a thing we're keeping an eye out for because that can produce some locally heavy downpours as well as very gusty winds looking ahead towards Tuesday evening. Breaking it all down in the Skycast today, warming up into the 70s, 80s, and possibly the 90-degree mark with mostly sunny skies, and a stray shower or two cannot be ruled out later on this evening and into tonight. Mostly dry with a stray shower or two overnight once again. And then on Tuesday, the big weather maker arriving, a cold front arriving from the west. This can produce some local heavy downpours as well as gusty winds, and the timing looks to be between 4 and 8 p.m. Now, after that, a trailing cold front could bring additional showers by Wednesday, but the biggest rainmaker looks to be Tuesday evening. Now, our info on Tuesday, wind gusts are the biggest concern. All depends on cloud cover, and the general rainfall total is estimated between a ½ inch to 1.5 inches across some parts of our area. And the timing, once again, looks to be between 5 and 8 p.m., making your evening commute a bit tricky. Make sure you plan some extra time for your evening commute. Today, high of 89 degrees, hot and humid, a bit breezy from the south. Tonight, a low of 67, partly cloudy, and a possible shower cannot be ruled out. And tomorrow, high of 84, numerous showers and storms by the evening. In our 7-day forecast, the weather remains unsettled over the next several days. By September 1st, dry weather looks to arrive later on Thursday. And by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, very low dew points, low humidity, and plenty of sunshine to start out the Labor Day weekend.
Need that reminder if you head outside today, it is hot. Meteorologist Eric Gage is in for Hannah today. And Eric, just how hot are we talking?
Well, right now we are currently in the 80s. Current temperature at the Griffith Park in Rome is measuring 86 degrees, but when you factor in that humidity, dew points are in the low 70s. So we take a look at current conditions. It already feels like 91 out there right now at this time in noon. There is a wind from the south bringing that hazy, hot and humid conditions from the southeast this afternoon. Because of that, there is a heat advisory in effect for Oneida County as well as Madison County. This is in effect until 7 p.m. this evening. Looking ahead towards a warmer day today, even warm tomorrow, but a chance for some scattered showers and storms by tomorrow evening. With the headlines, hot and humid today, a storm or two possible late overnight and early tomorrow morning, and then numerous showers and storms are expected by tomorrow evening. More details on that coming up. But for today, be sure to find ways to stay cool. It's going to be a hot one, highs in the upper 80s, and will feel like the mid-90s, especially in lower elevations. Have your full week forecast planned out for you coming up. Back over to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Today's launch.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. Sunshine, heat, and humidity is a story for today. Clouds in some areas are just holding on a little bit longer than others, especially in the southern valleys and the north country. Here's a live look outside over the Mohawk Valley and Academy Tower camera. You can see plenty of sunshine still. A bit on the hazy side, very humid out, and it's going to be very warm this afternoon. A look across the state on the New York State Mesnet. As you can see, mostly blue skies, but there's some areas where clouds are still lingering on. Some low-level clouds. They're going to be moving out towards the east over the next several hours, but still plenty of sunshine today and plenty of heat to spare. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are dry across the area this afternoon. We cannot rule out a stray shower or storm right out towards the western part of our area later on this evening into tonight as a disturbance moves through our area ahead of a cold front arriving heading into tomorrow evening. The big story today is temperatures already starting out in the 80s already. 85 in Westmoreland, 84 in Whitesboro, 75 degrees in Big Moose, 87 degrees in Little Falls. In the southern valleys on the warm side as well, 81 in Norwich, Sherburne, and Hamilton, as well as 84 degrees in Unadilla, as well as 81 checking in Cooperstown. What is causing the weather today? Well, it's basically a warm front from the south pushing its way towards the north over the next several hours. Now, what we're keeping an eye out for right now is multiple fronts arriving from the west. Now, this can produce some gusty winds as well as heavy rainfall, especially with a strong cold front arriving from the west following this surface trough. Now, behind that is plenty of high pressure, plenty of low humidity, and plenty of sunshine as we look ahead towards Labor Day weekend. But still, we have to get through some of these showers first, and some could be on the stronger side. We are borderline on an alert mode for tomorrow, but still, Bill will have updates later on this evening on 5 at 6 on what to expect for rainfall and possibly if we're going to alert mode or not. Skycast this afternoon warming up into the upper 80s in the Mohawk Valley, possibly clipping the 90-degree mark with plenty of sunshine, but still, as you can see, a stray shower or storm cannot be ruled out towards the west. Scattered showers possible in the morning hours, and then heading into the afternoon and evening, mostly dry until we hit around the 5 o'clock mark on Tuesday evening. This one, some scattered showers and more widespread showers are possible. Some could be on the stronger side, as well as plenty of rumbles of thunder and locally heavy downpours. After that, lingering showers and storms continue overnight with additional lingering showers possible Wednesday from another trailing cold front. But after that, plenty of sunshine and dry weather is expected. Look ahead towards Labor Day weekend. Now, the info for Tuesday, wind gusts are the biggest concern, especially for evening commute, and the general rainfall totals are between ½ an inch and 1.5 inches. Now, the timing for heaviest rainfall looks to be between 5 and 8 inches. Recap of the weather today, high of 89, hot and humid. Tonight, cooling down only into the upper 60s with partly cloudy and this possible shower possible. And tomorrow, high of 84 with numerous showers and storms expected later on in the evening. Our 7-day forecast, after unsettled weather Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, dry weather looks to be the story heading into the early part of Labor Day weekend with plenty of sunshine and low humidity. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. News just into the news. Half hour. Once again, here is meteorologist Eric Gage in for Hannah. Eric?
This afternoon is going to be a warm one. It is already in the 80s, and it definitely feels like the 90s with very high humidity. In fact, our high heat index values for today will be on your screen in just a second. This is what to expect for today for heat index when you factor in the heat as well as the humidity. The highest temperatures are in the Mohawk Valley. 95, the expected high for heat index in Utica as well as Oneida. 93 in Canajoharie and 93 in Herkimer. A bit on the cooler side, but still very warm. 85 in Inlet and 87 in Cooperstown, Oneonta, with possibly 90 degrees in northern Oneida County and Boonville. So definitely a very warm day. In fact, there is still a heat advisory in effect today for Oneida County as well as Madison County until 7 p.m. So make sure you find ways to stay hydrated and stay cool throughout the day today. If you're not a fan of the humidity, there is good news on the horizon. After a cold front arrives Tuesday and into Wednesday, those dew points are going to be plummeting down into the 40s. Very refreshing air. An early taste of fall is expected for the early start of Labor Day weekend. Before today, highs in the upper 70s, upper 80s, and possibly reaching the 90-degree mark in some parts of the area. For your full week forecast planned out, including what to expect for rainfall tomorrow coming up. Back over to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Nearly 3
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. The big story today is the heat and the humidity. We're already reaching the upper 80s across some parts of the area, and it does feel like the 90s already in the Mohawk Valley. Here's a live look at our radar camera overlooking the city of Oneonta. It is already currently 83 degrees in the city of the hills right now, with plenty of fair weather cumulus clouds and plenty of sunshine across the area this afternoon. It will be remaining hazy, hot and humid over the next several hours, including tonight. Lows only falling into the 70s and lower 70s. Live look at New York for batteries. Storm Tracker 2, top of the radar. We are dry across the area this afternoon. And once again, we cannot rule out a stray shower or storm out towards the western part of our area later on this evening as the system moves in from the west. Now, so far this noon, the bigger picture is temperature. Skywatchers checking in 75 in Old Forge, 76 in Forestport, already 84 degrees in Clinton and Mohawk, and 80 degrees checking in Cassville. A very warm day out there today. Now, this is all due to a warm front arriving from the south this afternoon. As this pushes up towards the north, this will be guiding in several fronts, this cold front and the surface trough over the next several days. And what this can do, this can cause some pretty significant rainfall as well as some gusty winds as it pushes over our area by the afternoon and evening tomorrow before clear weather and dry weather arrives from the high pressure system arriving from the west heading into the end of this week into Labor Day weekend. The biggest concern is heavier rainfall as well as some gusty winds. We have the story for tomorrow, but for today, warming up into the upper 80s in the Mohawk Valley with plenty of sunshine and plenty of humidity. After that, we're seeing an increasing chance for a stray shower or storm in the western part of our area by the overnight hours into early tomorrow morning. After that, warming up into the 80s again by tomorrow and seeing some scattered to numerous showers and storms throughout the afternoon and evening by tomorrow evening. And it's still including additional showers and storms pushing through by the overnight and heading into Wednesday. An additional front could produce a stray shower or storm before finally we look to dry out by Thursday and Friday and eventually bringing a break in the humidity. Now, a recap of the info on Tuesday. It is a squall line, a weaker squall line if things look to develop on the organized side. So wind gusts are the biggest concern. The general rainfall totals are between a ½ inch and 1.5 inches of rainfall over most parts of the area. And the timing of heaviest rainfall looks to be between 5 and 8 p.m. So if you have an evening commute, be sure to plan extra time to plan out your evening commute for tomorrow. Today, high of 89, hot and humid conditions, a breeze from the south on the breezy side. Tonight, low of 67, partly cloudy, and a possible shower continuing. And tomorrow, the heat and humidity do continue, however, not as hot as today, with numerous showers and storms by the evening. Our 7-day forecast, unsettled weather continues Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday by the 1st of September. Finally getting a break in that humidity as well as heat, with highs only reaching the lower 70s to mid 70s by Saturday, and plenty of low humidity and sunshine. Gary?
Another nice weekend ahead.
Yes.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. The 16th annual
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening and welcome back. A hot day today. Temperatures climbed into the upper 80s. The heat index made it into the mid 90s this afternoon in the lower elevations. Let's take a live look outside. You can see the haze from our CAB tower cam. We've got lots of humidity out there, but the bigger concern is the changes that we're expecting this evening that will be occurring from the west. So we're taking a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're seeing a couple of pop-up showers and storms just west of Boonville. I think these will be fairly brief, but these would be heading north and east towards Old Forge and into the Adirondacks. But my bigger concern is what's happening out towards the west. We're noticing this line of thunderstorms between Rochester and Syracuse, and it's a continuous line, and this has been approaching from the west, and it will be around our area between about 7:30 and 8:30 this evening. Projections say that this should weaken somewhat, but again, just based on what I'm seeing here, we will be on the lookout for a couple of thunderstorms as we head into this evening. Another chance of storms tomorrow. The Storm Prediction Center has Central New York highlighted in what's called marginal risk. It's low, but it's still possible that we could see some gusty winds tomorrow afternoon, some locally heavy rain as these storms approach our area. And I think the bottom line is tomorrow the weather is going to stay pretty active. We may be dealing with more than one line of storms as we head throughout the day. And as we continue into the end of summer here, always a good idea to be able to get watches and warnings when you're going to be out. The easy way to do that is to download our free Storm Tracker 2 weather app. What this will do is it will use your location and send you customized watches and warnings, as well as detecting heavy rain and lightning. And it can be pretty handy if you're outside. It can send you alerts as things change. As we look at local temperatures this evening, it's a hot day. Westmoreland, Whitesboro, Little Falls, Dolgeville all checking in with 90 degrees. Across southern valleys, it's 90 in Sherburne, 88 in Cooperstown, and 84 in Hamilton. Best to wait until later this evening after this round of storms rolls through to take the dog out for a walk. Tonight's featured dogs Lauro and Maggie from Springfield Center. If you want to be part of this, head to Bill's Buddies on Facebook. Our weather changes tomorrow. Strong cold front arrives. You can see there's 2 rounds of storms. The storms approaching from this evening are ahead of the cold front. The cold front itself is out towards Chicago. So again, pretty active weather is expected here over the next 24 hours. Tonight, on our Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, there is the chance of some thunderstorms this evening. Another chance of some pop-up storms late tonight. Tomorrow, the weather looks pretty active. I think there's going to be a couple of rounds of showers and storms. First round in the early afternoon, and then in the early evening, around 4 to 5 p.m. Gusty winds, locally heavy rain is possible as these storms roll through. The weather stays unsettled as we head into Wednesday, but it'll be noticeably cooler and much less humid with temperatures in the 70s. Rainfall tomorrow, again, this all depends on exactly where these storms set up. It could range widely, but in general, some of the heavier storms could potentially produce an inch of rainfall. Scattered storms possible tonight, low of 70. Very warm and humid night. Widespread showers and storms tomorrow, high of 84. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It's going to be a lot cooler here on Thursday, a high of only 68. How about that for the first day of September? Temperatures in the mid-70s on Friday, and it warms up again. It looks like a nice weekend. The long weekend weather should cooperate as we head into Labor Day with temperatures in the 70s. And coming up in a few minutes, we're going to break down the risk for any flash flooding as we head into tomorrow with those thunderstorms.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Bill. Authorities in Mississippi say they're over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Carter's hot day out there today, Bill.
Yes, and our weather is going to be turning a lot more active here over the next 24 hours as the cold front approaches. We've made tomorrow a Storm Tracker 2 alert day because of some changes that will be taking place. So the main concern here is thunderstorms. That could cause some gusty winds and locally heavy rain. We have a chance of seeing some storms this evening, tonight, as well as tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. So again, I think there's going to be a very active pattern here ahead, and likely dealing with more than just one round of this. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are seeing a couple of pop-up storms in northern Oneida County, but the bigger concern is what's happening to the west. We can see a line of storms producing some damaging winds between Rochester and Syracuse, and we're timing this out locally between about 7:30 to 8:30 this evening. Projections say that that line should weaken, but we're not going to take that for granted, so we'll continue to follow that. Of course, the other story is the heat. Temperature's 89, but it feels like 92. And it stays very warm and humid this evening. Again, we're going to continue to follow that line of storms because we may be dealing with a few storms this evening as well. Again, widespread rain, thunderstorms tomorrow. We're tracking it all. Look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Everyone was set cautiously optimistic after a record-setting amount of rain threatened to flood streets and spill into homes within the next couple of days. The Pearl River near Jackson is rising, but is not expected to reach major flood stage. Isabella Rosales is in Mississippi with a closer look.
This water's coming up again. I'm worried about, is it going to come in?
Record rain in the region over the past few days has made its way to the Pearl River near Jackson. On the rise and expected to crest Monday, just shy of major flood stage. Over the weekend, the governor declared parts of Mississippi under a state of emergency, and the mayor urged people in the flood zone to get out before the water moved in.
We need our residents to take heed to these warnings and move out quickly.
Those who followed official advice prepared, packed, and departed.
You don't what to expect for the unknown, so you end up blind for a lot of stuff, and you just got to come back and hope for the best.
Many had done this before. The river hit 36.67 feet just 2 years ago, damaging much of the city. Mickey and Anitra Holder say they hadn't fully bounced back from that. Now there's this.
The home and the stuff inside now is material things. We can't worry about material things. We can replace them. As long as I got my kids and my wife out, nothing else matters.
Their faith planted firmly in place while so much in their community shifted. Water where it shouldn't be. Roads no longer where they once were. But Monday, better news. The river expected to crest more than a foot below that 2020 high water mark. With hope, the worst is over this time. Reporting in Jackson, Mississippi, I'm Isabel Rosales.
Today marks 17 years since Hurricane Katrina hit the Gulf Coast. The storm caused over 1,800 deaths and approximately $108 billion in damage. Katrina actually made landfall 3 times in the U.S., first in Florida, then in southeast Louisiana, and finally in Mississippi. The storm left much of New Orleans underwater. 2 broken levees flooded 80% of the city. It also created a humanitarian disaster as thousands of people were left without food, water, or shelter. Still ahead tonight, I want to buy a can of whip in Oneida County right now, and that heat is not letting up for high school players as they continue to practice to get ready for their first games of the season. News Channel 2's Sierra Williams has more.
It's official, as you can see behind me, preseason high school fall sports are underway, but the heat is on, not only in the potential games that are coming up, but right here on the practice field where the heat index is currently reaching 90 degrees.
It does get pretty warm out here sometimes.
It's very, very warm. I'm doing minimal activity and I'm standing here still sweating, so.
I mean, it's pretty hot out here, but it's not terrible.
Under partly cloudy skies and a bright sun peeking through, the players on the field are feeling the heat, but staying hydrated.
We have mandatory water ups about every 30 minutes. Obviously, we keep track of any dehydration, any change in their behavior, but we have water breaks probably more than we probably should during a preseason practice.
Players are drinking water before practice, during practice, and even on the way home, with some of the gear contributing to adding on extra heat. Staying hydrated is important.
With your shin guards, they're kind of big and bulky. You got your shorts, they just protect you, and then this part, it's like a softball thing. You got your neck guard, your helmet, and then your stick and your glove. So are you hot? Oh yeah, I'm sweating.
But even under the summer sun, athletes are gearing up for their first game this week, understanding that game day could also offer the same condition.
You just got to pace yourself and know when you know what you can do, but you also got to push yourself at the same time. It's the only way you're going to get better.
In Herkimer, Sierra Williams, News Channel 2.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. So we're kind of keeping an eye on not only possibility of any storms coming in today, but tomorrow as well, right?
Yeah, and because the weather is going to be pretty active, there are a few things that we're concerned about. One of them is flash flooding. It's not an event that's going to produce a lot of rain, but because we're dealing with thunderstorms by their nature, they can often produce locally heavy rainfall, and the risk for localized flash flooding is possible tomorrow. I want to show you a computer guidance here. So this is not taken literally. We don't literally look at this and say that's what's going to happen. But what this information shows us is that storms that are rolling through the area may end up producing more than an inch or two of rainfall. This is going to be highly localized. We're not going to know exactly where in advance, but this is something we'll be following as we head into tomorrow. Let's take a look at what's going on now. We are looking at a couple of showers up near Boonville, but look what's happening to the west. This is a line of severe storms, and we're timing this out to arrive locally within the next 2 to 3 hours. We think that a lot of these will fall apart, but if you have outdoor plans around sunset, definitely want to keep an eye on the radar and take shelter if you have to. Temperatures will be in the 80s this evening. More storms tomorrow. Look at that forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Head on down to Copernic Park for the
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Welcome back. A very warm day today. Temperatures reaching the upper 80s to low 90s. The heat index in the mid 90s this afternoon. The weather is going to become a lot more active over the next 24 hours. Let's take a live look outside. A beautiful evening. Of course, a very warm evening, but we've got plenty of sunshine. This is a live look at our Mirabito Tower Cam. And while things are quiet locally, it's very different to the west. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. There are a couple of sprinkles in Lewis County that will continue lifting to the north and east. But this is what's getting our attention. This is a line of severe storms in western New York. And these orange boxes that you see here are severe thunderstorm warnings. I'm timing this line to move in within the next hour and a half to 2 hours, and again, this looks widespread, bringing us some thunder and lightning. Projections say that this is going to weaken, but I'm not going to take that for granted here, especially since we have a lot of humidity and heat still in place. We'll continue to watch this. Some thunder, lightning, gusty winds, locally heavy rain possible with this line of storms as this approaches our area this evening. Again, very warm, 89 in Rome. Syracuse 93. We haven't actually officially hit 90 yet. We get hourly reports out of Griffiths and Rome, but we might have done it between hours. We won't know this until 8 o'clock this evening. Gusty winds are possible again tomorrow. We do run the risk of severe weather in central New York. Tomorrow, a Storm Tracker 2 alert day for that. And again, just a reminder, if you're going to be outdoors tomorrow or even this evening, have a way to get weather information. Easy way to do that is to download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Skywatchers checking in. Very warm evening. Barneville 87, New Hartford 88, Clinton 91, across Southern Valleys, Sequoia with 86, Richfield with 89 degrees, and Lyman and Eaton with 85. Again, we're watching a cold front, which is farther to the west. This is moving through Michigan. Ahead of the cold front, another line of storms. That sometimes happens. This is called a prefrontal trough. It's just a fancy way of saying storms ahead of more storms. And again, we'll look for these to arrive this evening. Very warm and muggy tonight. Overnight lows only in the low 70s. As we head into tomorrow afternoon, I think we're going to have multiple rounds of rain, some thunder, some lightning, with the main line arriving in the evening time. Temperatures will fall as we head into tomorrow night, and it's going to be much cooler on Wednesday. Some scattered showers early, sunshine in the afternoon, and a very pleasant day with highs in the low 70s. Again, rainfall projections tomorrow varying widely depending on how these storms set up. And we're thinking that some of the heavier storms could produce more than an inch of rainfall, so that could lead to some localized flash flooding. We'll continue to keep an eye on that and keep you posted throughout the day tomorrow. Scattered storms possible tonight, low of 70. Tomorrow, an active weather day. Widespread showers and storms. Not going to rain the whole day, but there will be more than one round. Temperatures in the mid-80s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Some showers early Wednesday, and then we'll clear out. Temperatures in the 70s. First day of September is going to feel like fall. High of 68. Overnight lows in the 40s. The weather starts to warm up again, and it looks pleasant as we head into the holiday weekend. Temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s as we head into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We'll be right back.
Look at the forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis tracking storms.
Yes, we are tracking storms. We're watching the radar pretty closely this evening. Let's live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. To the west, we are noticing a line of storms. They are weakening slightly, but we're timing this out to arrive locally between about 7:30 to 8:30. Gusty winds, locally heavy rain possible, and this is a pretty close to continuous line, although the center part of it is looking a little bit weaker. We have more storms in the forecast for tomorrow. We've made tomorrow a Storm Tracker 2 alert day. We're going to continue to watch for storms tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. The bottom line is it looks like the weather is going to be pretty active here for the next 24 hours as a cold front arrives. Current temperature is 89. It feels like 92. It's a very warm, hot day, and it will be a very warm evening. Again, be on the lookout for a few thunderstorms this evening. More storms in the forecast for tomorrow. We're tracking rainfall and potential for some gusty winds. A look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. One man is dead following a car crash Sunday.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A hot day across central New York. Temperatures climbed into the upper 80s to low 90s. Our weather is expected to turn a lot more active as we move ahead. Let's take a live look outside. Things look nice. Sunshine. Very warm conditions, and just keep that in mind. It will cool off pretty quickly this evening. We can see some of the haze from our Cavby Tower Cam. The weather's turning more active. We're keeping an eye on storms to the west. As a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. These orange boxes that you see ahead of this line, these are severe thunderstorm warnings posted by the National Weather Service. Sometimes they take odd shapes because there's different weather service offices serving different areas. For example, Oswego, Lewis County, that comes from the National Weather Service in Buffalo, as opposed to United County from Binghamton. The bottom line is, with these storms approaching, we may be getting more severe thunderstorm warnings in our area, possibility of gusty winds, locally heavy rain. The projection for this line to arrive locally is sometime between 7:30 to 8:30, and what's anticipated is that some of this will weaken. We haven't seen any signs of that so far, but that's what the projection is. Bottom line is be safe rather than sorry, and be weather aware this evening. Again, those storms heading in our direction. We have another chance for storms tomorrow. Our Storm Tracker 2 alert day is for tomorrow, but again, also this evening, some storms, high winds, flooding possible, with more storms on the way with that cold front. If you are going to be out this evening, have a way to get weather warnings. Same thing with tomorrow afternoon. Easy way to do this. Download our free Storm Tracker 2 weather app. You can customize whatever watches and warnings you want. You'll also get notifications based on your location for heavy rain and lightning. Temperatures this evening, upper 80s. Schuyler 86, Micah New Hartford 88. Clinton is 91. Cassville 86, and Richfield, Jim checks in with 89 degrees. So again, a very warm evening in place. 2 rounds of storms showing up this evening, one ahead of the cold front, one along the cold front. And this means our weather will be pretty active here over the next 24 hours. Again, that line arrives locally 7:30 to 8:30. Should be weakening, but again, we're not going to take that for granted with so much heat and humidity in place. We do have a few chances for storms overnight too. And then tomorrow just looks generally active. I think it'll be least active in the morning, just a few lingering showers. Multiple, or at least potentially multiple rounds of storms, one in the mid-afternoon and then one in the early evening. These storms could potentially drop some pretty heavy rain. Temperatures will start to cool off tomorrow night as the cold front passes through. Showers early Wednesday give way to sunshine. Looks nice on Wednesday, a lot cooler and less humid with temperatures in the mid-70s. Rainfall totals, again, this is going to vary widely just based on where those storms exactly set up, which we're not going to know in advance. But they could produce as much as an inch or more of rain. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. And there is the potential that some of them could produce localized flooding. Scattered storms possible this evening and tonight, low of 70. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast is coming up. Tomorrow we're looking at a high of 84 with widespread showers and storms. Again, the alert day for tomorrow, temperatures in the mid-80s. Wednesday, scattered showers early will dry out. Cool on Thursday. A little taste of fall there, and then it warms up as we head into the weekend. It's looking very nice. Jason.
All right, thanks, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6, our coverage of high school. Thank you for joining us. We're going to get to those stories in just a moment, though. First, Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis tracking storms for tomorrow. A couple of storms up north tonight. He's issued a Storm Tracker 2 alert day. Bill, what can we expect for your Tuesday?
I think it's going to be a pretty busy weather day. We'll have multiple chances for thunderstorms as we head throughout the day, mainly in the afternoon as well as the evening. Even a few storms are possible overnight, too. The storms that we're looking at could produce some gusty winds and some localized flooding. Again, that alert day is for tomorrow, but again, some issues could be around late tonight, too. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We had a few thunderstorms to the north. No severe weather with these, but we did get some lightning and some heavy rain move through areas like Boonville. Temperature-wise, it is still very warm. It's 75 degrees. We hit 90 today, so another hot day. That hot weather does come to an end as we head into tomorrow. A cold front rolling through. Look at the change. 68 on Thursday, going from summer to an early taste of fall in just a couple of days. Some scattered storms tonight down to 70. Again, tracking that big drop in temperature. And more on those storms and when we can expect them coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, we're now learning disturbing.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. Welcome back. We're taking a live look outside. This is our CAVB Tower Cam. We have zoomed into the city of Utica this evening. Beautiful shot. A little bit less haze this evening compared to earlier today. The weather is looking quiet now. We had storms earlier, especially north. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We will be getting more storms as we head into the day tomorrow. We've got a Storm Tracker 2 alert day for this for a couple of reasons. Number one, I think it's going to be a pretty active day. The overall severe weather risk is not high, but it's there. We could be talking about gusty winds and locally heavy rain that could lead to localized flooding. Primary concern here is ponding on roadways and ponding in poor drainage areas. There may be more than one round of storms, too. It looks like the afternoon as well as the evening. And if you're going to be outdoors tomorrow, you're going to want a way to get weather information on the go. Easy way to do that, and a free way, is downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. You'll get notifications with severe weather. Based on your location, you can customize everything on that app. And again, coming in handy on a day like tomorrow. Warming up into the low 80s as we head into the afternoon, but as those storms approach, it will cool off. So we look to the west, you can see we have a broken line of storms, and this is part of a cold front that will be approaching the area tomorrow. Heading into tonight, we could see a passing shower. Overnight lows drop down into the low 70s. Tomorrow, we're expecting rounds of showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures climb into the low 80s, and the weather looks pretty active later in the day. Tomorrow night, the weather does dry out. Overnight lows drop down into the 60s. Some lingering showers early Wednesday morning, but then we do dry out. We'll see a return to sunshine. Breezy conditions and a lot cooler temperatures in the 70s. Projected rainfall tomorrow, just giving you a general idea. This is going to vary widely by precisely how these storms set up. But the general idea is we could pick up about a ½ inch to an inch of rainfall area wide. And there's the potential that a few of these storms could produce locally higher amounts. Scattered storms possible tonight, low of 70. Widespread storms tomorrow afternoon. Watch out for some gusty winds and locally heavy rain, a high of 84. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers early Wednesday, and then we dry out. It's cool Thursday for the first day of September. 68 for the high. Overnight lows in the 40s. Bring out the jacket. 75 on Friday. Weather's looking nice over the weekend. Beautiful temperatures. More summer-like in the upper 70s to low 80s. Jason.
Just a quick dip that day, and then we're back to normal. Coming up next, cutting student debt. To those stories in just a moment. First, Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis is tracking storms for tomorrow. He's issued a Storm Tracker 2 alert day. Bill, what can we expect for the day tomorrow.
Jason, we're watching the potential of thunderstorms rolling through. We're expecting widespread storms that could produce some gusty winds and localized flooding, mainly leading to ponding on roadways. And remember, alert days are just to give you the heads up. We're not expecting a major event here, but we do expect inconvenient weather, especially in the afternoon. We know that there's still a lot of people that'll be out during the day tomorrow. So again, we'll be continuing to follow that. It looks like there could be more than one round of storms too. It looks like the afternoon there will be some storms that will be rolling through, and then another chance later in the evening as a cold front rolls through. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're actually seeing some very light activity out there now. We did see storms north across Lewis County and Old Forge. We had no reports of severe weather or even hints of severe weather there. We did get some thunder and lightning, though, in those areas. We think that we'll see more storms like that as we head into the day tomorrow. Again, some gusty winds, too. Current temperature is 75 degrees. It's warm, it's humid. It's going to be a very uncomfortable night for sleeping, but there is relief. If you're not a fan of this weather, Thursday's your day. 68 for the high temperature, which means it's going to be a lot cooler at night. Tonight, again, scattered storms, a low of 70. Tracking these rounds of rain and storms for tomorrow afternoon. Look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, we're now learning disturbing new details.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Welcome back. We're taking a live look outside. This is our CAV tower cam overlooking the city of Utica. A warm summer night. Temperatures are in the 70s right now, and it's very muggy. We're also seeing a few scattered showers on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. These will be heading to the north and east as we head into tonight. An alert day is expected tomorrow due to the possibility of thunderstorms, and I think we'll have a few rounds of rain throughout the day. One chance in the afternoon, another chance in the evening. And the concern here is gusty winds and locally heavy rain. We're not expecting really bad storms, but again, it is something we'll be keeping an eye on as those storms roll through the region. We want you to have a heads up. If you have outdoor plans tomorrow, have a way to get watches and warnings and information on this. An easy way to do it, and a free way, is to download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. You can customize which watches and warnings you want to get. You can also get notified with lightning strikes near your location. And again, it can prevent you from being caught off guard. Take a look at this photo. This was from earlier today. This was from this evening. This is a cumulus cloud. Behind it, we see the sun, and this shadow above that is being caused by clouds behind this cloud. Pretty neat shot there from Rebecca. And we're looking at some pretty warm weather tonight, like mentioned. Overnight low is only near 70, so good night for the air conditioner if you have it, or definitely find another way to cool off, maybe using a fan. Tomorrow, a warm day, not as warm as today. By the way, we hit 90 degrees for the 7th time this year. We'll make it into the 80s tomorrow afternoon. And this is because we have a cold front approaching from the west. This will be the catalyst to produce showers and thunderstorms. And let's time them out. The morning time should be okay. A couple of sprinkles here and there. Temperatures in the mid-70s. A generally unsettled day. Clouds, more clouds than sunshine. Storms arrive in the early, I should say the late afternoon to early evening. And again, there could be more than one round of storms. Temperatures cool off tomorrow night. Some lingering showers first thing Wednesday. And then it's back to sunshine Wednesday afternoon, high temperatures in the mid-70s. Just wanted to show you rainfall here. And again, this is a general idea. These storms could produce some locally higher amounts and hefty rainfall, perhaps as much as an inch and a half, just depending on how long they set up in our area. And again, that is something we're watching. Main concern here is ponding on roadways, and that could reduce visibility at times as well. Scattered storms possible tonight, low of 70. Tomorrow, widespread storms, especially in the late afternoon and early evening, a high of 84. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers come to an end Wednesday, 74. Cool Thursday, 68 for the high. Overnight lows in the 40s, and then it's back to more summer-like temperatures heading into the weekend. Jason.
Bill, thank you. Coming up next,